Hey everyone, I thought I'd take a little bit of time here, give you a little bit of a preview of what it is that I have in store for Forever Cinematic movie reviews here in 2014. Obviously there's all the new release films that I intend to see that I'll kind of list out for you here in a little while, but there's also a number of films that I really kind of want to get to. Other films that have been released a long time ago and all that kind of stuff that I really want to bring some attention to. A series of things that just come to mind. Like I mentioned with the Supernova review, that I kind of want to do reviews of a couple of box office bombs, some films that really just tanked at the box office, that really deserved a whole lot better. Films that just are good films. Some of them are just like fun action type of films, just big popcorn stuff that I thought would be very satisfying to certain audiences. And certainly one film that I think is an incredible masterpiece of cinema that I'd really like to get to. Okay, that's Strange Days. I think it's an incredible, marvelous film, magnificent film that I really want to do a video review of. I did a written review of it last September, but I really want to give it the video treatment here on the YouTube channel. So there's a couple of films in the box office bomb category that I really kind of want to take some time and really bring to your attention and just expose more people to them, because I think they're definitely worth checking out in a lot of different ways. And there's a couple of Michael Mann films that I really kind of want to touch on, but I know tackling some Michael Mann films is a big task, something like Manhunter or The Insider or Collateral. They are big films with a lot of substance to get into, so just like I have to prepare myself in the right way to go into those videos and know exactly what I want to say, because I have a feeling that if I shoot those videos and get into all these details, it's going to be like 20 minutes. I'm going on and on about every little thing in the movie. So something that I just got to take some time and plan things out. And probably the first one of them would be The Insider. I watched the film again recently, and I just kind of like want to touch on that film a great deal. I think there's a great deal to touch on and really expose more people to how great I think that film is. The film I said is the greatest film that was released in the year of 1999. Deserved every award that it got nominated for, and it won jack shit. But moving on from that, all that stuff, those are the main things I have on my mind at this point. How much I'll get to as the year rolls on, we will see. Obviously, ideas and tastes and motivations will change as time goes on, but for this moment in time, that's what I have in store to film the gaps between the new release films, which right now there's not 10 tons of them, but I'm sure as the year goes on I'll be exposed to various trailers and just be clued in on our great films that are coming out, that are planned to be released and everything. But for now, there's a lot of sequels, a lot of franchise stuff on here that obviously just immediately grabs my attention, saying, okay, I have an intention of seeing these things, and just run them down as anticlimactically as possible. The first one, which is being released next month, is NonStop, the Liam Neeson air marshal film. He's on the plane being held hostage stuff. It looks like Liam Neeson having a good time in an action film, which I'm very much a supporter of if he's doing a good one. Hopefully, this one doesn't look like it's going to be as good as Taken, but it looks like it could just be a fun action thriller, and that's the least I ask for. That's fun and enjoyable, and it's not shit. So hopefully that's a good bar to set that it can meet, but sometimes certain films cannot meet those standards. Beyond that, we jump into the springtime, so there's going to be a big gap here the first half of the year, first quarter of the year or whatnot. But next up is going to be Captain America: The Winter Soldier, obviously. I like the look of this film mainly because I did like the first Captain America. I thought it was a very good film. I was very much pleasantly surprised by the film. One thing I like that they're doing this as saying that they're going towards sort of a political espionage thriller of sorts. I like that idea, and the trailers feels like it's reflecting that kind of tone and vibe. But I like that Robert Redford is in this movie, because Robert Redford's at a stage in his career that he doesn't have to just do a movie just to do a movie, just to have a paycheck. This guy very likely is very selective about what he does, so I'm sure there's something very strong and substantive in what he read in the script and everything, and how they pitched the movie to him, that make it very enticing. And just the quality of an actor, of a Robert Redford in this movie, just appeals to me in such a great one. Just like if they grab that kind of actor who's never done any kind of odd genre fare of this sort. He's always been a very serious, down-to-earth type of actor. It's got to be something very special in my view. So it hooks me on that sort of idea that if they got someone of his caliber to do something that's very much not typical of what he's done, probably not since like 3 Days of the Condor or whatnot, in sort of an espionage thing, but nothing big action, superhero type of spectacle. So I'm hoping that indication rings true when I see the film. Beyond that, I got the poster right here. So Amazing Spider-Man 2 is definitely on my list. It's definitely on my list. I like the look of this film, that they are going a little bit larger spectacle in a certain way, that it looks like, hopefully they're not overtaxing themselves with all the villains, because that's a lot of the breaking points with a lot of superhero films, that they try to go too far with too many characters, too many villains, and it just breaks the film in a certain way. And obviously the Spider-Man franchise has already been down that road. So hopefully Sony has been able to coach Mark Webb and everyone else involved in creative process of the film the right way to make sure they avoid those mistakes again. But we'll see what happens when the film hits in early May. And at the end of May, thereabout, you got X-Men Days of Future Past, which I've had a lot of problems with the X-Men films. Wolverine, obviously, yeah, I like that film a lot. I thought they got Wolverine right and did a lot of things right. I've had a lot of problems with the X-Men franchise because they haven't shown the best respect to the source material in terms of getting the characters faithfully adapted to the screen in a lot of ways, and a lot of the concepts have not been done well. And I couldn't get into X-Men First Class. I'm not saying it's a bad film, but in terms of someone who's looking to get a faithful adaptation of the characters and various other things I've seen from the X-Men franchise in the past, it didn't satisfy me. I couldn't get through the film. I'm not saying it was a bad film. I just the film didn't hook me because it didn't give me what I was looking for. And hopefully this film, which does look largely epic in scope and dramatic depth and everything, will deliver on a certain level. But again, as everything here, appearances can be deceiving. We will see what happens when the film actually is released. Beyond that, I'm intrigued about what they might do with the next Transformers movie, Age of Extinction. You'd think there'd be a trailer out or something by now. Usually with the Transformers films, they're long ahead of the promotional campaign by this time of the year. They probably would have had a teaser trailer out a couple months ago or something like that, but there's no footage released. You just got one teaser poster, and that's it. I like that they got Mark Wahlberg involved with the film. Hopefully that shows some level of quality. I don't know what to really expect for this one. We'll see when the trailer hits what they're gonna promise for this one, more or less. But promises have been broken with this franchise in the past by Michael Bay, so we will see what happens with that. Expendables 3 hits late in the summer. You got, joining the regular crew of people, you got Harrison Ford, Wesley Snipes, Antonio Banderas, Mel Gibson. They're really racking up bigger names, and I like the look of this. Just the look of this cast looks like they're pushing it to the next level, and hopefully they'll continue on with kind of the tone and style they had with the second film, but shore up the story a little bit more. Just get it nice and solid, and keep it fun. That's the main thing. Keep these films fun. Keep them very much heartfelt towards the 80s action movie style and everything. Beyond that, there's the Sin City sequel, which, god damn it, Robert Rodriguez, why is it taking you 9 years to make this damn movie? The first one was released in 2005. This is 2014. Why does it take you so goddamn long to get this damn movie off the ground, for crying out loud? I don't know what to really expect from the movie, but it's been 9 years. I love the original. It was a great movie. We'll see what happens yet again. And the one thing that is not a sequel or anything, but it's a remake of a 1980s television series, The Equalizer, because I got season 1 on DVD back there, and it really should come as no surprise. Anyone knows The Equalizer could probably pretty much tell that I have certain parallels to the concept of The Equalizer and The Fixer. It's pretty much similar concept type of stuff, so it should be no surprise. And you got Denzel Washington and Antoine Fuqua, who made Training Day, making this film. I'm not sure how Denzel Washington is going to fare up against Edward Woodward's character as Robert McCall, because I really liked it when they announced that a couple years ago that it was going to be Russell Crowe in the role. I thought like that was perfect. That was a perfect choice for the role. Denzel, not the same type of actor as Russell Crowe. He's going to bring a different style to it, but I'll see, because I like Denzel. He does a lot, and he's one of the best actors around. The guy never does substandard work whatsoever, so hopefully he'll bring a certain unique quality to the whole role, and Fuqua will deliver a gritty action, dramatic thriller and everything. I hope so, because I really like the show. I've never been able to see the whole thing because I didn't get reintroduced to it. I actually didn't get to start watching the Equalizer until I had just finished the script for The Fixer, so I never actually watched an episode until I hit some reruns on cable a couple years ago. But regardless of that, hopefully those films will do something for me. They'll live up to some amount of expectations. A couple things that I'm uncertain of at the moment, because there just isn't anything enough out there to really kind of like hook my interest in. But you got Transcendence, which is from Wally Pfister, who's been the director of photography on all of Christopher Nolan's films. It looks like it could be a good, interesting science fiction type of film, but it doesn't quite. It gets me slightly interested, but I'm not hooked in to say, yeah, I'm going to go see this. You also got Interstellar, which is the next Christopher Nolan film, which is another sci-fi film, but the trailer really just didn't give me anything to get excited about. Just a bunch of stock footage and nothing space-oriented turned up in the teaser trailers to really sell me on the concept of the film. So I'm on the fence. I don't know what I'm going to think about it until I see more from the film. And I like the original Horrible Bosses a lot. I meant to see it in the theater, didn't get around to it till home video, and I laughed my ass off. I love the movie. They're going to make a sequel, going to be out sometime in November, so hopefully it will live up, like all these things, to expectations I potentially have for these films. And like I said, as the year goes on, I'm sure I'll be introduced and intrigued by other films that are on the release schedule, but for right now, these are the titles that catch my eye, interest me, because most of the stuff already has a built-in appeal to me, whether it's a franchise or a filmmaker or whatever it is. So we will see how these things progress and how they pay off as the year goes on. So like I said, in those gaps between the release of these new release films, I will be doing some more sort of retrospective type of reviews, and hopefully introduce you to some films you might not have had any interest in seeing before. And that's really all I got for you before I start rambling on and trying to find something else to talk about. That's all I got for you. So that's what's coming up in 2014, and I'll probably be working. I have the urge to start shooting more video, but I want to try to, like I said before, slow down, relax, and just take some more time off, and then I'll go forward when I feel ready and not overwhelming myself or diverging myself in one direction too much. So that's all you got. Watch all the videos that have been piling up for the last month and whatnot. So I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye.